All right. Well, I just did a whole 30-minute video and I decided to delete it. Today is December 31st. And the cows followed me back in. I just went out and walked the fence line. Make sure everything looked good, and I found a couple problems, fixed them up. But there's one that in order to fix it, had to come in and get an adjustable wrench. I was looking for a pair of vice grips, but I couldn't find them. All right, through the fence we go, ever so carefully. Okay, so where are we going to start here? Today's December 31st. Welcome to Crazy Days Homestead. One thing that I want to reiterate is this. First of all, this is a drainage ditch here, and I'm just opening up this a little bit more so it can continue to drain down through there. One thing I want to reiterate is this: the main purpose of this channel is to be a video diary for me, for my family. Now, I'm bringing you along because I have a lot of friends and family that are extended, out of state, not close by, or close by, that I don't get to see very often. And this is a way for them to know what I'm up to. Now, I am simply sharing my experiences with you and giving you the best advice I can at this point in time. We have had quite a bit of rain this year, which is pretty typical for central PA. And every year I worry about the mud, but as soon as the spring flush comes, it's gone. Now last year I'm grazing these cows the same way I did last year, and we had our best hay season ever last year. Everything recovered fully, and then some. So I'm starting to worry less and less about the mud from the cows moving around and whatnot, because it doesn't seem to really matter. Trying to find my tensioner. It's up here somewhere. So the boys out at beaver camp, I think they're up to 4 beaver now. They're doing a good job, having some fun. I'll set you up here so you can see. Well, let's see where you can get this thing to sit right. Okay, that ought to be good. Yeah, so they're doing pretty good. Our camp is on state ground. Oh, buckets. I didn't want to do that. Oh, that's nice. Well, that could be why you didn't tighten that up. Anyway, which I wish he would have told me that. I'd have just had him put a new one in. I better put my gloves on. But our camp's on state ground, and there's quite a few beaver out there, and beaver can be very destructive. So it's good to keep them in check. So taking a few beaver out of there every year ain't gonna hurt nothing. I think that particular part of state line, I think it's the total is 40,000 acres, so it's quite big. Now I'm gonna tighten this up a bit. I don't want it super tight. I'd like to have a little bit of give to it. This top strand's tighter than the bottom. That way, if I hit it with the mower, it has a little bit of give. All right, let's go. Let's go check the rest of these. The rest of these tensioners, because I noticed, for whatever reason, there is a little bit of slack in these. There they are, for some reason. Here's another. The canines, I don't know if that's coyote or red fox, but they've really been digging. Probably a red fox. I've seen a few coyote tracks close to home here, but they're pretty leery because they know if we see them, they ain't gonna make it. This field here, I'm gonna put some more seed down in this field. A little bit, not much. Probably like 20-25 pounds of the acre. Just to add a little bit of diversity to this field. Oh, that one's good, that one's good. Yeah, that one's definitely loose. Oh, so I'm hoping to make it out to spend some time with the boys at beaver camp here, but a lot of this stuff I got to get done. I'm on vacation, so a lot of this stuff I don't have time to do on a normal work day. So I'm kind of trying to catch up a bit on my days off. Look at that cow pie. Perfect. There is so much grass in here. And they were on this, oh geez, for a month. And there's so much grass left. I can see the tips everywhere where they didn't even pull the tips off. I know it's hard to see on the camera, but there's more grass here than what you think. Get some of these. Had that pine tree fall into the field here. I'm going through, I'm picking out these branches. The smaller ones I don't worry too much about, but if they're like an inch, I try to get them out, because that haybine will chew through the smaller stuff, and it lays down flat, so most of the time your haybine will go right over top of it. But here's another one. But I try to get as much of it out as I can. I emailed the guys at I emailed the guy at the NRCS about U.S. Fish and Wildlife coming to fix this stream thing that failed. They were supposed to be here by now. I think when I talked to him last time, he said it'd be another month or so. Well, it's been at least 2 months now. I see another stick here. I try to get this stuff done before spring, because I'll throw that over there, and then I'll get it when I'm out there walking. Because when spring gets here, things get pretty busy. What are these doing out here? Now, uh-oh. Tack dog's out. Beware, beware. He's doing a protect. Not sure who's there at the house, but I'm not the slightest bit worried. Yeah, let's go over here and see what the creek's doing. Well, there's some red fox poop. It's good. I've been seeing quite a bit of red fox sign. That's good. Now let's walk over here. Probably be using this year. Well, it's running fast, but it's not running high. There you can see that log feature they put in, all that failed. There's a nice red oak right over there that fell down. It's right on the property line. But I can't really get to it in the mud season. So I'll have to get to it here this summer when it dries up a bit. Jim Bob just texted me and said he's on his way out to camp. Back out to camp so he'll be checking traps here pretty quick. Now my intention was to be able to meet him out there, but I have not walked this fence since the last bad storm come through. So I'm just trying to make sure everything's in good shape. You know, I said in my last video about having a hard fence or hard barrier, and you don't, it's not like you have to have it, but there's a certain comfort in having it that gives you a peace of mind. I don't know how many times I chased them stinking cows. They got out down through the woods. You know, you're trying to get them back in, and it's just looking back on it, it's pretty funny, but just checking out that cow pie. Yeah, looking back on it, it's pretty funny, but when you're in the middle of it, it's not funny. I don't know what this hole is. Looks like the cows are checking it out. It was open there. One of the videos I did earlier in the fall, it was open. I'm guessing it's a somewhere around here there was another hole. I'm guessing it's a groundhog hole, but I'm not sure. I'll take care of him. I don't bother them as long as they're not digging holes in my fields. I don't bother them too much. And I'm checking this fence line here. Oh, Steve! Steve, how you doing, buddy? My buddy Steve's in Florida on vacation. Yeah, any of you people that are in PA, New York, Virginia, West Virginia, and you are interested in doing food plots or a timber harvest, go over to Chilcote Forestry and get in touch with Steve. It cracks me up because there's so many people that hire him, and most of them, for the most part, listen to him about the forestry part, but then when it comes to the food plot, they don't listen to him, and then they go through all this work, spend all this money, whatever, to put a food plot in, and then the next year let's say it fails or isn't what they thought it should be, and then they get upset at him, and he's like, listen, I tried to tell you what to do and you wouldn't listen to me. Anyway, Steve he's literally worked from California to Maine to Florida, all across the US. He's got a degree in forestry, a degree in ag, and he knows what he's doing. There's a lot of people that have big YouTube channels, big, that don't have half the experience he does. And these people, you have to pay them from the time they leave their house. You have to pay for their flight. You have to pay for all their lodging, food, meals, everything. Then you have to pay for your consult. You got to pay for all this stuff. And I think probably Steve is a much better bang for your buck. All right, I'm coming down here. So this This piece here actually held up pretty good. This is my apple tree. God bless its heart, it's still hanging on. This thing's been flooded, run over. But she's still alive. Hopefully those roots are grabbing hold. That tree right there started from a seed in my garden, which I've been saving apple seeds all winter. I probably have, oh my goodness, I don't know, 300-400 apple seeds. So I'm just gonna plant them. Whatever grows, grows. And oh my goodness, Mavi's doing a protect. For a lab, you swear he's a hound dog. All right, so I'm gonna go back inside the fence here. Carefully. This grass is so thick. Now there's a wet spot right here, so it's a little thinner there, but a lot of grazing there. All right, so what else you want to talk about? That looks all good. Gotta remember to prune my grapevine this year. Forgot to prune it last year. There's a bunch of greenbriers in here that come up. They grow so fast, but excuse me, they all need clipped off. Well, the cows, they followed me back in. Now they're thinking they want to go back out. There's Jake the goat. Test the tension on these. That's pretty good. Hi, Jakey. You coming over to say hi? Huh? You coming over to say hi? Not so much? Okay. All right, well, at any rate, do your own research. Do what works best for you. And do the best you can. That's all you can do. Old number 4 there, she's getting pretty big. If 89, that black heifer, if she catches up to her next year, I might just borrow a bull and breed them too, and then pick up a couple more steers. The price of beef seems to be coming down, so I'd like to get a couple more steers here. What do you think, number 4? Huh? Aren't you pretty? Huh? She's got pretty good conformation. Yeah, see right here, it's getting a little muddy, but after the spring flush, it'll all be good. They push some of their hay here against the fence. All right, well, as we head into this new year, keep your head up, keep the faith, And from my family to yours, I wish you a prosperous and abundant new year. Thanks for joining me on this video. We'll see you on the next one. Here we go.